Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is great to have you here today for a new series we're going to be looking at on this awesome game called Dungeonmans. This is a roguelike, sort of, RPG game where there's permadeath. There are RPG-like statistics and items, randomly generated, items with stats, and the world is randomly generated. And the big thing that I like about this, though, is there's this thing called the Dungeonmans Academy, which is sort of like your home base in this randomly generated world. And every time you play with different characters, as you gather loot and items, you bring them back to your academy, and you grow the academy. And so even though your characters can come and go, you may be awesome and they may die, your academy will always be there, and it will always be growing, and it will make later champions have an easier starting time. You'll be able to do things like give them upgraded equipment or boost their stats right off the bat, things like that. So it's a very cool system, and I've just been having a lot of fun playing this game. Now I will say right now, with the resolution I game at 2560 by 1440, so you can see there's a little bit of artifacting, or not necessarily artifacting, but just some oddness going on the screen here. You can see this black gap. Normally this like highlight, this hover over little action here would be directly with the items we're mousing over, but it's just a little aesthetic thing which totally goes away once you get to the game. So we are going to hit the ground running here. Now I'm not sure how many episodes I want to do with this. It's kind of like a let's look. It's not going to be a full-fledged let's play, so we may do 5-10 episodes. I don't know, I'll gauge it and see. If people are still interested by the end, then we will certainly keep going, as long as there's fun content for us to go through. So, without further ado, let's hop on in. Let's make a new academy. Found a new academy. Our story begins in a forgotten age, a legend lost in histories that were buried in old myth. On the unfamiliar shores of an untamed land, a hero strode forth to... No, don't be silly. That hero is not you. Of course it's not us. Strode forth to bring the light of knowledge and civilization to a wild continent known only as scr0atoria's. Scr0atoria. Who wouldn't want to adventure in the great wild lands of scr0atoria? Here we go. This great hero upon the shores of scr0atoria brought with him but one thing, the iron spirit of a Dungeonmans. There is no greater force than the Order of Dungeonmans, each one a titan of monster-crushing greatness, an unparalleled treasure hunter and veteran of 1,000 battles. Oh, we're sounding badass. Here, one of the eldest and greatest of their champions set out to spread the light of Dungeonmans to new land. The great hero set out to build a mighty Dungeonmans Academy. That's where all of our legit stuff goes down, like stripper poles. An institution of higher learning and martial training, one that would serve as a beacon of civilization to the terrified native villagers, cowering in fear from what terror lurks outside their walls, and oh god, is there some terror. The toil was not a small one, but eventually the academy began to accept its first students, bright-eyed young hopefuls willing to take up the cause and bring war to those who'd prey upon the just. So begins the story of one young candidate ready to embark on the rigorous years of study required to be a true Dungeonmans. So ladies and gents, that's going to be us. Let us press enter to continue. So what's our first name going to be called? Now remember, once we use a name, if we die, we can't use it again, so names are going to come and go. So, the very first name, we're going to embark as just Scroat. It's just going to be us. Scroat the Great. How about that? So here is our first creation screen here. Now, this is interesting because if you don't like the stats, then Scroat the Great is no more. Like, you can't play him, and you gotta go start over. So, let's take a look at these real quick. You have 4 main stats. Strength, which is strength. We're just going to call it strength. Skills, science, and foom. Strength, as it says, it's good for health, increasing stamina. You obviously do more damage, melee and whatnot. Essentially, strength is what fortifies your entire Dungeonmans. It's a good stat. Skills this is more like, I consider strength like the warrior-y stat. This one more like the dexterous type of stat, the skills. This one increases your accuracy, increases range damage, helps defeat enemy blocking and parrying. This is very important for a ranged fighter, absolutely. Science is another interesting one. This reduces magic damage taken, increases the effectiveness and duration of potions, yada yada, all that good stuff. This one's a good one to have just all around for characters, especially because of the potion boosts and whatnot that you get. And then of course Foom. This is your main, if you're going to go like a wizard man's, if you're going to roll, Foom is great. You get more mana, determines your damage. You do get a little bit of, let's see, stamina. Something gives you a little bit of stamina. Maybe it doesn't show it on this screen. It's either science or foom. But regardless, let's take a look at our stats here. I want to roll, I think, a ranger to start. So let's look here. Actually, none of our stats are looking all that great. This one's not bad. This one's kind of an all-arounder. Yeah, let's go with this one. None of these are great, to be honest. So, here we are, candidate Scroat the Great. What will our core study be? These are our main options here, and these are the difficulty levels of playing, essentially. They consider a ranger man's a rookie, you know, easier to play. I think this is easier to play because you don't have as many skills, excuse me, on your skill bar, to start with at least, and they all feel like they synergize pretty well. I don't know. And then you've got your fighter, you've got your wizard, you've got your bannermans. This guy likes to use banners and stuff that like buff and debuff enemies. Necromancer, I have not even looked into that. Southern Gentlemen's, this guy's all about being like the classy cat in town up until he gets really pissed off, and then he, you know, stuff goes down, y'all. You don't even want to be there when that happens. And then you've got your Dungeonmans and your Touristmans. I've never even tried these. What is Touristmans? Let's see, what does it say? Some graduate from the academy through the trials of steel and will. Others accidentally wandered into the graduation ceremony on the way to the family farm. Guess which category you fall into. Okay, yeah, we obviously came to the academy by accident, I guess. Anyways, we're going to start off with Rangermans. We're just going to maybe hit the whole gamut here, so let's do that. Next up, we got to choose 2 perks. I'm not going to go over all these. They all do different things, like Southern Born gives you maximum health. That one's actually kind of nice. One that I really like, though, is Tireless. Using a stamina-based power creates strain for 2 rounds instead of 5. So normally, strain is like, you can, once you've strained, like when you use a skill, you gain strain. And it doesn't mean you can't use your skill again, it just means the more strain you have, the more your cost to use that skill will be. So, like if I use a shield bash skill, you know, it might cost 5 stamina the first time, but now we have a level 1 strain on it, which will cause it to cost, you know, double the stamina the next time we use it, something like that. So with that being said, we are going to definitely choose Tireless. I think that'll make life a little bit easier. You know, I think I'm gonna do Southern Born, bonus to maximum health. Some of these other ones are interesting. Like look at this one, Book Burner. Eat delicious books to restore health and gain small XP boost. However, the downside is you can't use books for mastery points. So if we found books, normally you gain a skill point every time you level to train. If you find books, like a classic roguelike, you can read the book and gain the skill that the book would impart upon you. So it's very interesting. Now, I will say also, there is like a very lighthearted air about the game with all of the flavor text. So just note that, you know, the game is very deep and challenging and very hard, but it definitely has that lighthearted surface. I know some people don't like that, but I really don't mind. It makes it a little bit more fun when you do get wrecked. So we're gonna go Southern Born. I want that bonus to maximum health. And here we go. Let's pick our little warrior icon here. We're a ranger, so I want somebody shooting a bow. Let's see. Scroat sounds like a dude. I sound like a dude, I think, right? Well, I guess we're this guy. So one thing I noticed that I wish there was more variety, not only for your avatars, but I wish, for instance, when you gathered new equipment and changed up what you were wearing, that it could change up what your avatar looked like. I understand that that is a ton of work to do, but that would be like one of those amazing, great to have. Wait a minute, I am not a beast. I didn't know. Well, look at all these weird options. What? We could be a beast. Let's be a beast, you guys. To adventure, you guys. I'm ready for this. So yeah, this black bar on the right will go away. We'll be here in the full world. So down at the bottom left is our, this is our log of all things going on. So we can see here, and so graduated Scroat the Great, newly minted Rangermans of the Grand Dungeonmans Academy. So I won't be, I'm just reading the flavor text the first time around that we see from all these people. But after that, you know, as we die and come back to life, I won't read this again. We'll just skip through it. So here we go, Headmaster Crushfield. He's the main headmaster of the Dungeonmans Academy here. Congratulations, Scroat the Great. As the first graduate of the Dungeonmans Academy, there is much that rests upon your shoulders. This wild, untamed world is yours to explore, wander, and protect. Before you go, I can offer some exceedingly brief words of advice to nudge you in the right direction. Do you care to hear them? No, actually, no. Not really, because I know how to play this, and we don't need to see his tutorial text. So, this is our Dungeonmans Academy. This is everything we got going on right here. So, let me just give you guys a quick brief overview of what our academy has to offer, shall we? So first off, over here on the right, this is our library room. And we can talk here to the High Libromancer Strom. Essentially what happens here is we will find books out in the world, and if we don't want to read them, we can bring them back to our academy, and they will be given to the library, which will boost our library. Now what that does, books sort of are in relation to scrolls in the game. So normally, like as we find scrolls, we won't know what they do, right? They will be a mystery to us. Well, we can come here, and as we get books, they will identify certain levels of scrolls, like, you know, tier 1 scrolls, tier 2 scrolls, and essentially, as we deposit books, the library will grow, and as we bring in new adventurers, we can go to the library, and the High Libromancer here will teach us everything that our previous students have learned about scrolls, so we won't have to keep relearning stuff. It is very cool. So essentially, yeah, bring back books. Bring back books, that's what we want to do. So that's the library. A lot of the other systems are the same. For instance, here is the alchemical lab, and this kind of goes hand in hand with potions. So as we find certain artifacts, is what we're looking for here, these will be installed in the alchemical lab, which will sort of do the same as bringing books to the library. We will gain knowledge of tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 potions and the like for all of our other adventures. And this will also grow. You'll see it grow a little bit as we expand things. And here is the blacksmithing room. This is a very interesting room. So what we can do here is as we gain loot, and we're going to, trust me, we're going to be getting tons of loot, we can melt it down. So, and this will give us varying levels of resources. And then we can spend these resources to upgrade starting weapons and gear. So, for instance, if I had 110 steel and I upgraded weapons and shields, and we started a new adventure here in the Dungeonmans, then he would be starting with, let's look, so right now I'm starting with a yesterday's knife. Well, if we had put 110 steel into that category, this would be a yesterday's knife +1, essentially. Everything would gain a +1. And you can keep leveling them like that. You can also do other things like use resources to purchase upgrade hammers. So as we melt down items we find, we will gain the enchantments of those items if they're magical here. And then we can spend resources on an enchantment to get an upgrade hammer with that enchantment, and then we can use that hammer on other equipment to impart those magical effects. It's very cool. It's kind of like crafting. It's crafting on crack, my friends. We can also have the War Gear Vault, so as we find legendary and set pieces, which I've never found, or hero gear, they will go here. We can store them here, which is very cool. So this is pretty much it. We'll have some other stuff that will grow here, like a big bestiary room over here as we learn about monsters in the world. And quite honestly, I have no idea what this is for. This looks like a thing out of Skyrim, doesn't it? It's like a, you're about to learn a new, you know, shouting out of your face hole mouth power, or whatever. And here's, of course, the chest. Things will be deposited in here for us from time to time as we unlock more things. Over here's the graveyard, so as we die, all of our dead adventurers will start to occupy this area. And over here, we've got the training room. So as we defeat really powerful enemies in the game, they will drop proofs of strength. I'm just going to call it strength. I hope that's cool. And as we do that, we can come here and we can train. And not only can our current adventurer train and level up our stats, as we see here, our main stats, but all new adventurers, for all the baddies that we've killed previously, they will be able to quickly level up stats to have a much easier time heading off into this great wide world. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, 14 minutes after the video started, let us finally head out to adventure. Thank you for sticking with me so far for this first part. A little bit of a ramp up, but it's going to be fun. So remember, this world is randomly generated. The only thing I've ever seen that is the same is this convenient Scrobold Warren. Always spawns right next to our Dungeonmans Academy. So this is the overworld map. And in fact, if I press M here, we get a little hex-based grid map, and locations are identified with numbers, and we can see them over here. Something of interest to note, when I mouse over these different places like towns and dungeons and whatnot, you can tell how hard it will be by the coloring of the text that pops up. So convenient Scrobold Warren is white, meaning I believe that should be close to our level. So it should be a pretty good challenge. And we've also got some towns here. In towns you can do shopping. You can get these rare not really town parts, but the inventory parts. They're like supplies. Purloined supplies, I think they're called, or something. as you defeat enemies, and you can bring them to towns and upgrade the towns, and towns will feature better wares and cheaper prices and whatnot. Very cool. And so this is it. This is the overworld, so we can explore as our Rangermans. You can get into random battles. Some of them you can avoid, and some of them you have to go into. So for now, we're going to avoid, and we're just going to go straight into this this first dungeon here, the convenient Scrobold Warren. All right, here we go. I'm ready for this. Foolish red creatures setting up their squalid home not a stone's throw from the Dungeonmans Academy. It is as if they want to be crushed. I couldn't read the rest because it disappeared. Something about Scro the Great. That's us. So here we are. Let's take a look at our skills real quick here that we started with as a Rangermans. We've got Quick Dash. We have to be wearing medium armor to use Quick Dash. And we do have medium armor on. Everything is kind of tied together in this with what you're using. And then we've also got Stick and Move. Let's see, Quick Dash lets us move 2 squares, and we get a dodge bonus upon using it, and Stick and Move allows us to jump up to 3 squares away, automatically firing a shot at whatever the nearest target is. And you can see there, like, stamina cost is 4, and we have 21 stamina. And so we can take a look at our other stats real quick. So we have a terror bow. It's not a very good bow, it's just a 1d5. A lot of Dungeons and Dragons type of stats and whatnot. You know, you've got, like, armor. Not like we have Thaco or anything like that going on, but you can see the rest of our stats here. I'll let you guys just, you know, read these at your leisure if you wish. Everything pretty much makes sense. You know, damage, 5 melee, that's our base melee power. 2 hit numbers, so we've got a pretty even 64, 63, melee and range, 2 hit. It's really not bad, and so really the rest of it is us exploring. Now we also have one more thing, the skills area. We've got a lot of different categories of skills we can train. You can scroll down a little bit and get a couple more categories. Usually the first thing I like to get, though, is Advanced Delving. This increases our dungeon sense, so it allows us to sense hidden objects and dangerous situations is enhanced, which is great. I really like that one, but we can't get anything till we level, so let's start moving around. We can move with the arrow keys. We can also move with the mouse by clicking. So we've got our first enemies here. We've got a Scrobold and a green slime. So pretty soon we're going to start just killing people pretty quick here, but let's go ahead and kick these guys up. You can see their health. Here's a little green bar on the bottom. I enabled that so it'd be easier for us to tell, you know, how much health enemies have. And yeah, they come hot and heavy. You can see here. So I'm going to use a skill, my jump and move. And you can see how he did that. He shot as he moved, which is a great thing to have. So I've tried a couple times playing with the Rangermans and the Warriormans. And they're both really fun. The playstyles are so drastically different. It's just wild. It is super wild how different they are. But I love it, though. It really adds a lot. So let me just explain something real quick. You can see as we picked up a potion, if you look at the left, the pop-up, it says, what does it do? We don't know. So I'm going to hold on to this potion until we can get it identified, hopefully. You could also drink it yourself, which would, you know, bestow upon you the benefit and the knowledge of what it is, I believe. Okay, so there you can see I did get hit a couple times because I was using the mouse to move around, and I just waltzed right across that guy, and he took a couple of attacks of opportunity on me. It's good to be a Scrobold. Look at these little Scrobolds. They're so cute. So yeah, here's what mouse move looks like. If I just click and hold, we can move around. It's really cool. I really, really dig it. And quite frankly, I just love roguelikes. So here we go. We got a Splinter Grip Chopper. This might be an upgrade for us. Let's see if we can get rid of these guys. So this guy's right up on us. He just parried, so what we want to do is get out of there. Finish that guy off. We could do another jump move. So now we have, if you look down here, these are our benefits. Essentially, our buffs and debuffs will appear over here. So we have dodge up by 5. So now if we go look at dodge, we have 100 dodge right now, which is pretty sweet. So dodge makes it really great. Oh yeah, let's take a look real quick. We did pick up a Splinter Grip Chopper. So our weapon is a 1d4 knife. This is a 1d6. So yeah, we're going to pop that on. Definitely want that. We got a combat tunic. We might be able to... Nope. So you can see, you have to specialize in the different armor types. The combat tunic is a light armor. And we are specialized. If we go take a look at our skills... Somewhere... hang on, let me scroll up here. We are specialized in medium armors. So that's sort of what we're going to be doing right now. We're going to keep down that specialization path. Alright, ding! Doot doot! That's what I'm talking about. We got a copper longsword. I think I'd rather use that than the the other axe. I don't think there's a real difference. I love, by the way, the blood physics, like whenever you shoot stuff and it has a good impact. Just utterly wrecks them. So we're going to keep on here. So the whole point of these dungeons is you want to make your way down. You can see we have a lot of staircases here. In fact, this one always had a lot of staircases. You can see enemies here with the red blips on the map. You can see stairs up, denoted with the little up sign, with the stairs going up, and stairs down with the green ones. I'm thinking, since we did just level, we're going to go ahead and walk down the steps. So yeah, the whole point is you want to get to like the last boss of these dungeons. Ooh! Oh boy, this is a tough one. So, here we have a Scrobold soldier. He's much tougher, and we have a convergence of enemies coming down here. So the random number gods can definitely wreak havoc on you in this game. Just want to let you guys know that. Let's go ahead and get our dodge up. And then let's jump out of here a little bit more. We definitely want to get these guys are tough. These Scrobold soldiers really give you a tough time. Especially for a ranger mans. Oh my gosh. Come on, we got to get these guys out of here. So we got a range guy. We got to get rid of him first. Okay. Ooh, this could be really tough. Come on, baby. Alright, let's jump out of there. Oh, we don't have any stamina. Okay. We are already in a really bad situation. Oh, I don't think that potion's gonna do anything. Okay, we killed that guy. We only have one hit left in us. Let's see. I think we might move at the same speed. Okay, we need to get to some stairs. Oh, they're way over there. Come on, baby. We got to get to these stairs. Oh, we have 7 hit points. Whew! Oh my god. Okay, let's rest a bit. You can do that just by holding period. And you can see our health and stamina moving up. Now, the problem is, as you just saw here, enemies can keep coming at you in this mode. Oops, I used the wrong skill there. So let's keep trying to heal. Okay, let's keep going up here. And here's another guy coming up to wreck us and check us. And it's funny too, because this is like one of the easier dungeons, but it's amazing how much the random number gods can wreak havoc on you in this game. I mean, honestly, in any roguelike, really. You know, those random number gods can just have their way with you. Okay, we got to get rid of these guys. We got to start shooting from far away. Alright, I think we cleared this out. You know, it's a good testament on if you're going to be able to survive a little bit longer if you can take out this first dungeon, because it can be a doozy. I could use a shield, but I don't have the training for it. We don't know what these scrolls do. One of these could be a scroll of ID. We don't really need that yet. We haven't gotten to the point where we're finding like super sweet loots. Oh, and yeah, we did level, so that means we have a point to spend. You know what I'm going to do? I think the first thing I honestly want is the shell breaker shot. So once you train something, if it gives you a new skill, you can press S to pull up our combat powers. You can also see what our equipment loadout's giving us right now. And we can take our new skill, shell shaker shot here, shell breaker, and we can drag it up to our hotbar. I love this. Here's what it does. It's a heavy piercing shot that drastically lowers the target's armor, as well as its chance to block or parry. This thing really helps with those just tough enemies that, you know, you can't seem to get a shot on. Like, and it's just a really great skill to use. I really like it. So on these guys, for instance, these soldiers, this is where this skill is critical. So you can land it, and now we're probably gonna, yeah, we'll hit them like every time. Got a pair of Terra boots. We can't use those because those are real armor. Oh, Jesus. Let's get rid of these guys. Freaking Scrobolds, man. Can't live with them. Can't live without them. So I like using that Shellbreaker shot on pretty much most enemies if I have the stamina. You know, if I've got the stamina, I am more than happy to use that kind of thing. And our speed is such that we do seem like when we're going up against archers and whatnot, we seem to get a couple shots off for every one that they get. So here's a mage, Scrobold Shaman. So you can see here his name is yellow. That means he is actually, he's dangerous. He's like a rank above us. And he will actually heal other people as well. So we want to go ahead and just get him out of there. And you can see over here, so as I've used my skill, you can see here we have a strain of 2. So that means we are on strain level 2, which doubles the cost of the stamina of the skill. So it's an interesting mechanic. It's like in a tough situation. Oh, look at this. If I right click, holy shit. Head to nearest down. Oh, that's awesome. What? All right, look at this. I'm learning new stuff every day. It's great. Oh yeah, I really like the mechanic of the strain system because, you know, if you are in a bad situation and you've just used a powerful skill, you may have the stamina or the mana to use it again. It's not like you're locked out of it at this point. So he just healed there a little bit. All right, level 3. Now I've heard that the max level is like 15, but from what I was seeing online, some people seem to keep earning XP past that point. It just gets really slow, I guess. I'm not quite sure. The highest level I've ever made it is level 6. And that was after playing for like, you know, like 2.5 hours on a guy. Let's get a Shellbreaker shot on this Scrobold, and let's go ahead and finish him off, okay? You know, it's good to be a ranger. It's great to be a ranger, man. I love ranged combat. And you know what I really love about this game? The sound effects. I love the sound effects. Like when you walk, when you shoot, when you pick stuff up, everything just sounds incredible. It's one of the things I really enjoy most. Ah, a scroll of Unol Grush. Is that what it said? Oh, here we go. Look, we got a copper longsword +1. So you can see also in the tooltip there's a star rating. So items will start getting more stars, meaning they're more powerful. So we're going to go and put the copper longsword +1 on. So we got a little bit more melee damage. We have no idea what any... Oh, here we go. We got a gladiator skirt we can wear. All right. That will definitely help. A little bit more armor. As a ranger, this is something we definitely need. We'll take this guy out. You know what? I should look at the name of some of these enemies. Let's try this. Rest until healed. Oh, that is so cool. I did not know that was an option. Head to the nearest downstairs. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, those are cool. I'm just exploring. Yeah, I'm trying to think how long I want this first episode to be. I'm thinking we'll probably go 30, 35 minutes maybe. We're at the 28-minute mark right now. Excellent. And yeah, so if you do see a hit that has like it's red with like the star around it, that means it's a critical. I'll try to call one out next time I see it. All right, we got a couple. We got a mage, and we have a Daggerfang Cave Flapper. See, that's part of the lightheaded flavored text in this game. So there was a crit right there. We just wrecked that freaking shaman. Utterly, oh boy. All right, we got a shaman. We've got a soldier and a tosser. He's a freaking tosser, mate. He goes for them salads. So we got to take the mage out there first because he could have given us a bad time. Now what we're going to go start doing here is some strategic retreating to keep distance between the archer from getting to us. Go ahead and land a Shellbreaker shot on him. Try to take him out and then take this guy out. He'll get up to us, but look at that. Beautiful. We're just cranking the soldiers out right now. That was a stupid move, but we did get dodge up. Alright, let's get this guy. These freaking tossers, mate. They're always going for those salads. Just tossing those salads. I don't know why that... Oh, here we go. This is interesting. So whenever I get this white square, it's like a free attack. I don't know what causes it. It's very strange when that happens. Maybe somebody knows what it means whenever you get that white square. Okay, so this guy right here, you see how he's got the red, like, flashing? That means he's a boss. And you can tell it's Nugsplug the Strong. We've roughed him up a good bit here. But he is going to be healing, so we're going to keep... Oh, we're out of stamina. Oh, shoot. Alright, let's get up in his grill. Enemies are amazingly notorious at kiting in this game. If you don't have a way to get up to him, like, it could just be a really hard problem. Oh my god, can I get this guy? Here we go. So this is cool. Look, he dropped a proof of strength. So we could take this back to the academy right now. Now, if I died with this on me, no one would get it. Although it would be on my corpse, and new adventurers you bring into the game can pick up fallen adventurers' corpses and get some of their special items. But anyways, I digress. As I was saying, if we took this back to the academy right now, this orange proof of strength, we could immediately train our stats a little bit, and all the new people who come to the academy after this guy, you know, I'm sure will die, they also get to train as well. So here's a new enemy. We haven't seen this, a Scrobold Berserker. These guys are tough because they can teleport to you. Just like that. And I didn't let my stamina recharge, so bollocks. So let's do that real quick. Let's say rest until healed. We got an enemy right off the bat coming at us. Okay, let's try that again. Rest until healed. I really like that. I really like that because it stops it the moment an enemy gets into range. I wonder if there's a button to do that. There we go. Cool. Alright, apologies there. Had a little Alt-Tab incident going on, but we are good to go. So let's pick up some of this loot. So you can see our money down here. We've got 1 gold. Now, I'm thinking that the whole purpose of money, I believe, is that you will go to other towns and they could sell you specific items. Like, you know, generally I found that I like to buy healing potions and whatnot. Oh, here we go. How did he get me? He used Viking Charge, and he hit me twice. But he's way over there. I don't know how he did that. Somebody explain to me. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and get a shell breaker off on this guy. Perfect. Heck, let's get another shell breaker. So you can see here, because we got that talent, our strain on our skills is very small. It's just a very small window of strain when we use skills, which, I don't know, I find that almost like critical. Okay, oh, we're at the boss. Mokkog Tall Lake. Everyone know me the strongest. You crawl out now, slink away like a bad dungeon. Oh, like a bad Dungeonmans. Yep. That's almost clever. Glad you like to die laughing. So here he is. I loved all the yips. That was really... So, wow. We shot... See, that was weird. I shot 2 arrows there. Why was that? I don't have the skill that lets me shoot 2 arrows. Alright, I want to keep retreating, regardless. Oh! No! Let's go ahead and get a shell breaker off on this guy. He has... Interesting. We can't see his hit points, but we can see the health bar because I enabled it. That always kind of cracks me up. Let's go ahead and get our dodge up. Get a shot. Shell break him. Swing at him. Oh, we're out of stamina. This could be bad. Can we do another shell breaker? We were able to. Please. Oh, we did it. Alright, we beat the dungeon boss. And he'll drop loot. Look at all this. Oh. So when stuff sparkles, it means it's special. Or it's a magical item that needs identification. Sorry. Another great victory for the Academy and all Dungeonmans. You should be proud. Yes, that is you, sir. Now go pick up whatever that cut rate trash mob dropped. I will, as soon as I take out his buddy, Cletus McSheetus. Coming at us. Oh. Actually, we could die right here. Oh no, we're going to be alright. Okay. Whew. Let's get... Okay, so we have 2 proofs of strength. We picked up an annotated mifribulator. Alright, we got a purloined inventory, so that's for upgrading towns. Oh yeah, we're getting some good loot here. I definitely see some stuff we can potentially wear. So, honestly, this place is technically done. I'm just going to go pick up this sword over here, I think. And then we will hop into the portal. Oh! Nope, we're going to go into the portal right now. Because I don't have any stamina. Let's get out of here. Whew! So you can see here, now the dungeon is clear. We are all done. And the cool thing is, we got a bunch of loot. Okay, so here's an interesting mechanic. I think this will work here. As our hero level gets to the point that doing a dungeon would be trivial, they don't make you do the dungeon. You can hop over it. And it says, this dungeon is trivial for a Dungeonmans of your level. Fighting here would be an exercise in grindy boredom. Let's just skip ahead to where you crush all the monsters and scoop up the loot, okay? So I'm all for that. Let's do it. It's a quick way to get all the lower level stuff out of the way so you can just keep making progress. I really dig it. So, you know, those 2 are done. You can't do that with these road battles. We'll see a lot of these later. But for now, let's go ahead and just do the loot turny-in part. And do our upgrades so you guys can see how everything looks. So first thing you want to do after just a lovely day of adventuring is come back here to your headmaster. I want to say, I don't have any, so we didn't get any books. Let me just make sure. Well, that's quite noble of you, Scrote the Great, but you don't have any books right now to turn in. That's what he said. That's fine. So first off, we do have some relics. Let's give it to him. So he takes our proof of strengths. These will let us raise our base stats. I'll show you how to spend those in a minute. The first thing you do is you just give everything to the headmaster. He's got the annotated Mifribrillator. This will help the alchemy lab, so this will let the alchemy lab upgrade. So they're doing that right now. So, well, it seems like we've got some new supplies for the alchemy lab. Let's put those to use right now. So you have expanded the alchemy lab to level 1. Future graduates can visit the alchemy lab to have potions up to tier 1 pre-identified. Also, there are bonus potions waiting for you in the Academy war chest. So, let's see here. If we look, potions still aren't ID'd. That's right, we have to go up here. I think we can get them ID'd with this guy. Let's go ahead and pick up what's in the chest. We got a bunch of Lesser Academy Revitalizing Punch. Those are, like, just really good heals. I thought we could get potions identified with our current guy. Maybe not. Maybe it's just newer graduates. So, okay, well, we'll figure that out as we go. So the other thing we can do here is we can get all of our items identified. My bags are overflowing with mysterious gear. Let's get it ID'd. So here's all the IDs going on. Oh, that's right, the Dungeon Master gets everything, yeah, known to us. So these potions, now we can see it's a lesser healing potion. It's a lesser champions potion. We can see what our scrolls are now. So let's see if there's anything new we can use that we've gotten here. We can't use pole arms. Ooh, look at this shortbow. Venomous Freezinating Discount Shortbow +1. Sometimes freezes enemies in place, sometimes fills enemy with poisons, and wow, this is actually really good for a first-time find. Wow, that's crazy. Our range damage just got a really good boost there. We can't use wands. We can't use light armor. Oh, but we can use Rebel's armor, Rebel's leather +1. Cool. And let's see if there's anything else we can pop on here. We always want to make sure. You never know. Could have something that's really worthwhile. I don't think so. So now what we want to do, we want to come over here and we want to melt down all of our equipment. You know, from a hard day adventuring, we're here just to reap some rewards. So I want to melt down all of my gear that isn't equipped. We will get 80 units of tin steel for it. So you can see we have 80 now. So now you can see if we just get 20 more tin steel, we can go ahead and start upgrading stuff for all the new recruits that start coming into the academy here as we get wrecked, as we die. I'm hoping that we can last a good while with this first character. I mean, I'd like to be able to get up to maybe level 6 at least, you know? So the other thing we want to do is, remember we deposited our proofs of strength, so now we're going to go spending. So we have 4 points. So when you are your current adventurer and you turn in a proof of strength, you get 2 points per proof. Previous or upcoming adventurers, the ones that you will be playing, they only get 1 point per proof. Keeps it a little bit more balanced, I think. I think I got that right. So I definitely want more skills. Because this is as a measure of dexterity, finesse, it increases your ability to hit, parry, dodge, and adds damage to ranged attacks. So let's go ahead and get that 17, and let's put 1 into strength. This is heart and courage of a Dungeonmans. It directly affects your maximum health, stamina, and damage. So, you know, we like it for the maximum health and stamina, to be honest. So you can watch our numbers down here. We have 48 health, 43 stamina. Once we exit and save, now we've got 49 health, 44 stamina. Not a huge boost, but it is a boost. And, good news, we have another point to spend. So I'm going to go ahead and put this point into Greater Dungeon Sense. I'd like to have some of this advanced delving unlocked for our character. This says, your ability to sense hidden objects and dangerous situations is enhanced, building on top of the knowledge gained at the Academy Library. I like the little flavor text at the bottom. Why do these fools need special training to find dangerous situations? I'm doing the air quotes right there. Oops. See those dungeon stairs? Right past those. Dangerous as you please. Hi, Libromancer Strom. He's full of wisdom, you guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stop this episode here. I think it was a good introduction to the game. We got to do our first dungeon, defeat it. We got to come back to our Dungeonmans Academy and do an upgrade, which you could see the alchemy lab did get bigger. So we've got a little bit of growth going, and we just have a ton of stuff to explore and find. So I hope you guys are interested in something like this. Let me know if you are. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, or if you have any tips or things of interest or things to note that I should know. Just definitely let me know. I love that kind of thing. And of course, as this is the first episode, definitely, you know, give it the thumbs up if you like this kind of game, or you'd be interested in this kind of series. You know, I kind of gauge how long I'm going to do a series based on the viewership, and right now, it's essentially like 10%. If after the first week, 10% of the subscribers have in view numbers have viewed a video. So if I had 100 subscribers, after a week, if I had 10 views on a video, then that would be good enough for me to keep it going. That's kind of the mindset I've been keeping as we have here. So I know we've got like right over 900 subscribers right now, which is awesome. So, you know, if at the end of a week we've got 90 views on this video, then I'll just keep these bad boys coming out. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. It's been great having you here. Hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as usual, take it easy, stay classy.